Jamal Niaz here with the main man, Lerone Murphy. Now, this time last year, we spoke about Josh Emmett. You said that was an opponent that you'd love to fight. Yeah. We're now getting it. You've beaten Edson Barbosa and Dan Ige back-to-back. You're on an absolute tear in the featherweight division. Going up against one of the most probably avoided fighters in the division. You're going head-on with him. What do you make of the matchup? And do you want to go toe-to-toe with him?
That's why I called him out, because I want the best matchups, the hardest matchups, because I know myself. I need to be switched on. I was just having the conversation with Mark Diakese then as well. It was like, if I'm not scared or nervous for a fight, I don't show up. And these are the fights I get up out of bed for. These are the fights I work hard for. I wake up in the morning and thinking about fighting this guy. He's a good fighter, innit? So I feel like it just pushes me harder, pushes me to evolve and take me to that next level.
You know, you've shown you've got that fight-ending power in the UFC, and he's shown that he can be finished. He's been finished by Jeremy Stephens, he's been finished by Yair Rodriguez, and he's shown that he can be beaten consistently over 5 rounds against Ilia Topuria. So there's a lot of different avenues there. Yeah. One was by sub, one was by knockout, and one was by decision. But do you feel you've got the power to knock him out as well?
Of course, man. Everyone in that top 10's got the power to knock each other out. Like, everyone goes on like everyone's got scary power. Obviously he's got power, he's got knockout power, but everyone's got power in the top 10. Everyone can finish everybody. So I'm there, man, and like I said, this fight gets me going, and I'm looking to perform in there, and I'm going to show the best version of me, 100%.
You know, you've always kept yourself under the radar. You've never been a big talker or anything like that, but you have become undeniable now. You are absolutely flying the flag for this city. Second main event out in America. Is that how you feel? Do you feel like you're undeniable now? And like we've just seen, someone's just asked you for a picture there. Is that happening more and more consistently now? The fame side of things.
I'm not bothered about the fame. I'm not in this for fame. I'm in this to challenge myself, and that's why I'm not out here talking on the internet and whatnot. I'm not here for that. I just want to fight people, be the best I can be, challenge myself, and get to that title.
You've described in a previous interview with the BBC as fighting being like your therapy, which is it's a really interesting statement. Why do you feel that it is like that for you?
Because it takes me to a dark place that I like. It takes me to just going through the roller coaster of emotions, knowing myself better, and just getting there and just. That's the only place where you feel free.
Has your whole life made sense now that you're doing this? Do you feel like you couldn't be doing anything else other than this? If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. I don't know what else I'm going to do other than fight. That's all I know now. And yeah, it does make sense now, because that's the way I express myself, and that's what makes me feel good. Like even if I'm having a bad day, I can come to training, go home, and I feel energized again. I feel like myself again.
Yeah, I mean, I just spoke to Atiba, who's a massively exciting talent, one of the very many exciting talents in this gym, and he said he almost feels sick if he can't train. He doesn't feel well in himself.
Yeah. You know, it's depressing being it. Like I've had injuries, been out for 17 months before, and you don't feel like yourself. So it's one of them things. Like, fighters are attracted to the sport for a reason, with different type of human beings than anybody else on the planet, and that's why we do this. Less than 1% of the world do this and can do this.
100%. And this matchup has been made at probably the most exciting time for the featherweight division in recent memory now. Topuria has vacated the belt. He wants to go and move up, chase greatness at lightweight and fight Makhachev, and we've got Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. What do you make of those two matchups now? I mean, the Topuria one isn't official, but it seems like we're definitely going to get the Topuria-Makhachev matchup.
They're all massive matchups. I just think MMA as a whole has just gone crazy now, and the level is crazy across the board in the whole of the UFC. So I'm looking forward to watching all the matchups, and I feel like the division's wide open. It always has been, to be honest. I feel like anyone can win the title. It's just putting a few good, consistent wins together. So I'm looking forward to watching the Lopes Vokanovski the week after my fight. Hopefully I can come out of the win and call for that fight.
Who do you see winning that fight? It's a tough matchup, right, for Volk, considering what he's been through, but he's one of the greats.
No, you can't count Volk out because he's been beat by Topuria. I think it's a tough fight for Lopes, if I'm honest. They're both very, very good fighters everywhere, but I think the way, if you watch Ige versus Lopes, I know there's a lot of other factors that go into that fight, but if you watch Ige versus Lopes, 2 and 3, Ige was taking over, especially at the end of the third round. I think if Volk can get him to the third round, I think Lopes is going to be in deep waters.
What about Topuria Makhachev? If that fight does happen next for him, He's such a well-rounded fighter, isn't he? All around with the striking. He showed very little of his wrestling, but he's got that in his pocket as well.
Topuria can knock anybody out, lightweights, anybody at lightweight. But I think Makhachev's going to be a lot bigger than him. I feel like Topuria's small for featherweight. I've stood next to him. He looks like he could be a bantamweight to me, but who knows? He's got the skill set to do it. So who knows?
He fought bantamweight at Cage Warriors as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's small. I stood next to him, and I was actually thinking, how's this guy got so much power? He's kind of small, do you know what I mean? But he's got the skill set, and I feel like if you've got the skill set, you can beat guys that are bigger than you. But when the skill set's even, like it would be, I think size comes into it.
I know you can't read into things that are out of your control, but I'm guessing it would have been nice to dethrone him as a champ, since he was the guy that dethroned one of the greatest ever in Volkanovski. Now people like Dana White has already named Topuria as one of the all-time greats in a recent interview.
Yeah, man, he's the guy in it. He knocked out Max Holloway, never been knocked out Vokanovski. He's 15-0, 16-0. Like he's a guy I had my eyes on, but I'm not in it for anybody. Nothing's personal for me. I just want the title. Whoever's got the title, I want to fight for the title. I don't care about all that.
So you feel title is next with a win over Josh Emmett? You think you could be getting the belt this year?
It comes down to performance, innit? It comes down to how good you look and how you do it. So if I can go in there and finish Josh Emmett, then of course I'm in title talks, because Topuria didn't finish him, and guys that have finished him, the years of this world and whoever else have gone on to get title shots. So yeah, it'll speak volumes.
You wouldn't say no to a fight against Max in the interim, though, would you? That's a massive fight as well.
In the interim, what do you
mean? So say if there needs to be a bit of time between Volkanovski and Diego Lopes, if you got offered the Max Holloway fight just to put a stamp on that title claim that you want, that'd be a massive main event as well.
Bro, anybody, but like I said, I'm not looking past Josh Emmett. I'm not looking too far in the future. I know I've got my hands full, and I know I've got a job to do. Go in there, put a performance on, and we'll see what's next.
Final one, Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall. Everyone wants to see that fight, especially in this side of the world. Tom Aspinall flying the flag for the UK. How would you see that matchup going if it does happen this summer?
Tom beats him now. It's too big for him, and I just think Tom's the best heavyweight in the world right now, by a mile as well. Too powerful, too quick, too well-rounded. I think Jon Jones is not a true heavyweight, and I think it would show.
Awesome. Best of luck in April. I appreciate the time, brother.